work.
All right, like yesterday, I bagged on Spuddy Face, right? Because it was I did a video, he did one back. I really didn't want to just go in on him on a response. So when he caught him, I'm like, I'm about to blitz his ugly ass. You feel me? So I just bagged him a little bit. Yeah, no, just turn it up, a little pilot up a little bit. But he just not at this table. Flacco is horrible, but at home in that computer chair where he was naked at, he a beast.
Where's naked at? Yo, let's hold that thought. I just wanted to tell everybody out there.
Yeah, that part.
All right, so I would like to throw out this topic, which is that the game in YG Verzuz battle didn't.
Now Adam 22 has opened up the gate because he knows that Wack wasn't allowed to go. He knows Munchie B going to talk about it. So now Adam 22 is setting up Munchie B to talk crazy about Wack. And then Wack will say, well, Munchie B was talking about me and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. And then Munchie B and Wack 100 will start arguing. Meanwhile, Adam 22 is the one bringing up the topic. And everybody will get mad at each other, but nobody will check Adam 22 because they're both good little boys who do what their daddy says. Let's keep going.
Fact take place. It was basically a huge blood summit, a drunken blood summit, a celebration of blood sponsored by a giant corporation, which is not necessarily something that you get to see.
Apples are red.
Apples are red and green and yellow and other colors as well. But basically, it's been a little while since you've really seen like the corporate approved gangster, like the gang culture put on a stage like this and presented in such a raw way by a corporation. Kind of used to happen more because this shit was raw as hell. They had the dancing, they had the booze, they had the red, it was uncut.
That's Adam's way of saying it was ghetto. I feel like it's a really nice way of Adam 22 saying that this shit was ghetto.
And I very much enjoyed watching it. I was a little taken aback when I realized that the people had, I guess, voted for YG. To me, if anything, that Verzuz battle was just like a massive reminder of how good Game is and how powerful his presence is on that stage. And I thought YG was dope. It's definitely a reminder of like how many bangers he got. But I saw it as being pretty one-sided, and I guess people felt differently.
I mean, I said previous to this whole thing, this is going to be a big age discrepancy battle. Like,
That's
this
true.
is the biggest like gap. Even though, to be fair, YG kind of emerged in like 2010 for real, and Game kind of came out in 2003. So it's not that huge of a gap, although so much happened stylistically in the West that it is kind of a strange comparison.
I give Game 04.
Yeah, I mean, like, really OFO.
Because at one point, Game says, I waited 10 years for you, to YG, which is kind of interesting because, yeah, from my perspective, YG came out in like...
Yeah, YG came out 2005 and 2015 and all that kind of stuff as far as mainstream success. That's about right.
2010, and Game came out in like 2004. So that's not 10 years, that's like 6 years. But I guess maybe you could say that YG hit his like critical stride in like 2014, maybe. I don't know.
Well, okay.
Whenever he did a CTE thing.
Is that when he got real big?
What My Crazy Life is, I think, his peak.
Yeah, and that was what, 2013?
Yeah.
I want to say that album came out 2013.
Yeah, he had some singles after that.
Yeah, and like,
Big
so
Bank and all that.
maybe like I could see 2015 and the whole 2016 was FDT, right? So all that was kind of like a real peak for YG, and that's on the heels of My Crazy Life and the next record and all that. But with that being said, the main point is, yeah, it's a huge age discrepancy. YG...
I think they're really trying to hurry up and get to the part where they're talking about wax, so we're going to fast forward just a little bit because we know what the real topic is here.
But also, that is hard for me to comprehend because to me, like, the Game's catalog is just so much more familiar. Like, I guess I can accept that YG might, like, write better hooks. Catch your hooks, sure, like, okay. But as, like, a rapper... Like, when Game raps, I'm on the hook. I'm listening. I want to know what this motherfucker got to say. When YG raps, you know, and I like the guy. I know you don't really care for me at this point, but, like, I just am not, I've never, like, heard a YG verse that I was real wowed by. Now, like, songwriting, like, putting the song together, yeah, sure.
You have to remember, too, that Adam 22 has a bias because Adam 22 is a staunch Draco the Ruler supporter.
Judge, versus, it go off the radio hits, though.
Well, yeah, hence my initial point of the Game is a better rapper.
But wait,
he's a better MC.
Is it going off of the songs, the radio hits? Because guess what? No one really expected the Locks to wash Dipset like that.
True.
Okay,
and judged by that standard is why I felt like the Game whooped YG so much, is because when you saw that and you realize, like, damn, D-Block or the Locks had like crazy chemistry. They've been performing together for all of these years. They know how to finish each other's bars. They know exactly like who's gonna do what on stage. Watching them together was like watching fucking Metallica play together. Where like they're really doing a performance in unison. Whereas like with Dipset, if you ever seen them live, yeah, chaos. It's not exactly like a well-structured performance typically. And they don't hang out together. They came together to do this versus Game.
Like they linked that same day or some shit.
Yeah. Game, like when he's performing, to me, it's like it's much more powerful and like well put.
I mean, because of Crippin' a bit on me, they about to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Munchie, I was gonna go, but I was getting dicked around with by La Chat of 36 Mafia. She told me she was pulling up for the interview, kind of bailed me last minute. I was sad, but
that's a sick interview.
22, you was not gonna go, bro. You was not gonna go. You knew better.
Yeah. I know, right? But as a result, I didn't get to go to the event. Do you think that I would have got packed out if I had gone? Because I was gonna go with no security, also.
Packed out.
It would not have been comfortable.
Why do you think that? Who you think would have pressed up on me?
The people we don't know.
The Bloods.
Just mystery ops.
Yeah, people we don't know.
I mean, that's kind of what I would have been worried about. Is not the enemy I know, but the enemy that I don't know.
Exactly.
There might have been some characters in
But
that.
the enemy you claim you know, I promise to God, I never heard him say nothing negative about you.
YG?
Yeah, never. I never.
Yeah, I don't think it's the front of his mind. The last time I saw him, I held out my hand to shake his hand.
Yeah, but he was on the energy.
Yeah.
Because he seen somebody, he was there, then he wasn't. Like
He thought he was pulling up to like confront like a real op that he would be more concerned about.
Right.
He pulls up, it's me instead, and he's kind of like, what the fuck? He's all, it was crazy because he's looking around, he's thinking he's gonna see Brick, and he's looking around like on some real like concerned shit with his homies and shit, and instead it's me, and
I
I'm
look at Adam talking about how YG had a beef with Brick Baby. You know, okay, there's that. There's putting that into the atmosphere when it didn't need to be put into the atmosphere.
like, what up, Jizzle? And I like go to shake his hand. He's like, y'all talk shit about me every day. And I was like, nah, but you know, obviously I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, well, Whack and Brick do. Because keep in mind, bro, when I went on Big Facts podcast in Atlanta, they go, who's the fakest rapper in LA? Or fakest rapper. They asked Brick that. It's just me and Brick sitting there on camera together. Brick launches into like a 10-minute thing about how YG the fakest whatever. And I'm just sitting there like,
hey, no, but see,
I
that's
guess I'm on board with this now.
No. Brick was in his trolling bag. That's
Yeah, that could put Adam in a very bad situation. And then Munchie B, you can't tell what Brick Baby was on because Brick Baby was pretty serious about all those things. So we don't need you speaking for Brick Baby. You know, keep it to what you have going on amongst your constituents. We don't need you to be the voice for Brick Baby at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
the whole bussy run and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That was.
And I talked to Brick. And this is not disrespect, like calling nobody no B word or nothing. But let's just say Jess, my girlfriend, and I'm not answering her phone, but she'll text me something that you bitch ass nigga, and knowing I'm gonna text back. I think it's a lot of that going on with Brick Baby. He trying to get his attention because.
So basically, Munchie B is now trying to discredit and disrespect Brick Baby, and now Brick Baby's a clout chaser. Munchie B just has any type of hate or disdain towards anything to do with the Crips. When we all know that the biggest clout chaser, one of the biggest clout chasers in our space, is in fact at this point Munchie B.
They really got history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a whole
Like,
thing.
they like, don't come to LA. It's
was cool.
They got more songs. They got a history or whatever. So I think Brick feel like they better than that. Like nigga,
I talked to Brick on the phone earlier, and he's like, you know, he only got like 10 minutes, so I gave him like 7-minute rundown of like a lot of shit recently, and he's so thankful, you know, because he loves the drama, he loves knowing what's going on, but he's locked up, so he gets like a slow trickle of information. Like, you know, his situation is not Ann Hefe, where Ann Hefe seemingly knows like every single video that comes out as it comes out. Like Brick
Yeah, young and Hefe might as well got a phone around that motherfucker.
is like not really like that in the know, maybe by choice, maybe partially because he just don't have as much access, you know, but he was so hyped to get the fucking rundown on everything.
Free Brick, free
Yeah,
Ant.
free him.
Brick was the first person who brought me up here. I did his no statement show about
You were
2 or
selling
3
wigs?
times. Yeah, remember?
Were you?
That was you.
That was the other girl.
That was you. Wait, but that was a part of your episode?
No, it was like the one after me, but I did like 2 or 3 of his shows.
That's
but
funny. That
Free to
we-
Brick though, man.
We
Free my
just
brother.
figured it out.
Please,
yeah.
free Brick.
Free to Brick, not the trick, man.
But I guess like another reason why YG might not have been in the best spirits at the battle was because he, I guess, got his spot searched by CHP, the same organization that came here trying to talk to me and Munchie, which all of a sudden makes us feel like, oh, okay, like we don't know what they got, but we know that they are seemingly taking this investigation quite a bit more seriously. And just to dump it all out there, then after that, we get leaked testimonial from Draco's former security guard, basically saying that he saw YG as part of the group that approached Draco that night. And then on top of that, we have fans putting together screenshots and basically saying that you can see like what YG's wearing in this picture.
That's what Flacco put together. Don't blame that on the fans. Flacco did that.
And what this guy in the video who's running down on Draco is wearing, trying to do the connection between those two. So it does feel like, there's a lot of people who are trying to make this situation heat up. Munchie, what's the vibe? What's the vibe on the land and the turf?
Why would he be wearing the same thing 3 years later and he rich?
Well, it's a photo.
Man, this nigga did not just say that. Whew, the level of things that this man don't understand is crazy. All right, Adam 22, break it down so easy that a second grader can get it, because Munchie B is clearly lost.
From that night, right?
Right. And then it was Neon Stream or something?
I guess, yeah. Leon was back there, was he?
He wear the same exact fit 3 years later.
Well, supposedly it's less than a year.
Oh, so
right?
they're saying that 4 years later he might have been wearing the same outfit. Wow, I thought it had to have been the same night.
No, that ain't the same shit.
I would say that was
like 4 years 2 years later, bro.
Somebody like YG wearing the same item of clothing 4 years later, I would say is very unlikely.
And then what Coop say? Hazel eyes? Do you know what color hazel is?
I did look it up on ChatGPT, and it did say that YG has hazel eyes.
Mikey's eyes.
It would probably be best for Munchie B to not continue to talk about this subject at all. At all. This is probably the worst subject for Munchie B to talk about. We do know that Adam 22 is a huge, Draco the Ruler supporter and a fan and a friend of. We already saw how Munchie B could have been getting set up for a long time now by way of no jumper content. I think that maybe he should just no longer talk about this subject out loud.
That ain't no hazel eyes, bro.
It was the dude behind him that had hazel eyes.
Yeah, they ain't got no hazel eyes, man.
So Coop didn't make the mistake about his eye color, the LA Times did?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
No, he said two different people had hazel eyes. So did he make a mistake or he said two different people?
3 people with knives. He said he saw YG because he met him a lot. And he just when you met someone a lot, like you know them when you meet them, you just put a mask on.
He can feel it. Seeing his stature or whatever.
I can stand corrected, but I swear to God, he said 2 different people had hazel eyes. 2 different. I'm not. I just thought maybe he thought like brown, the regular brown was hazel or some shit. So he kept. I don't know.
So he's alluring that it was YG.
That's the best thing you can say, bro. I don't know, and just keep it with I don't know. We don't need you to know anything about the situation.
Who did the actual stabbing?
That is basically, not the actual stabbing, but basically saying that he was part of the group.
Wasn't involved in like
Draco's
the
on
fight.
stab one stuff, so.
Yeah.
Because
Again, more information that you just should not be adding to the situation.
according to Flacco's video, Flacco said he knows who did it.
He's not the most credible person, bro.
And Flacco, to be fair, is basically accusing somebody else, not YG.
He's
Right.
not, Flacco just, bro, he just.
I mean, like, so if it's okay, hypothetically,
The person whom Flacco was blaming is not even the person at all. Is really just him making up information for real.
if they somehow, based on this testimony, try to prove that that he's involved in like that altercation, will he be indicted? Will he be implicated?
I say it's a lot of inconsistencies. If you're going off of Coop's head and then what Poetic Federal is reporting, it's a lot of inconsistencies. Like, you know what I mean? If your boy says somebody tried to take my chain, come get you, and then you and your security runs back to the trouble.
Right.
No, see, that's not what's going on. The security said that Draco ran back to the trouble, and then he, in being security and being contracted to protect Draco, subsequently had to go back and chase Drakeo. He wasn't necessarily running towards the issue. He was running towards his artist and towards his assignment, which he was contracted to protect. So the best thing for Munchie B to do is, again, just stop speaking on this topic.
Like, ain't your security supposed to secure
YG
you?
has been. Well, they were
like,
claiming that the exits were blocked off, right?
No. What I heard, what's the dude with the clothing?
Dub.
No,
Chief and Heavily.
him. Somebody allegedly tried to take his chain and he ran.
Yeah, that's kind of what started
him,
it all.
and then ganging him ran back to the trouble.
That's what I don't get. Why would you ever turn around and go try to face anything like that? Get your ass on stage.
But
and
they
do
were
your
saying
job.
that they were kind of trapped. That they didn't really have like an option to get out of there.
They ain't what. Hey, bro, that's what I'm saying. They need. I honestly, it ain't because of where I stand and who I'm cool with, but don't no detectives want nobody on the internet doing the things that certain people doing because it compromises their investigation. It's never good because then they didn't know last year March that Coop had did disposition with the Live Nation lawsuit. It said what he said, and it's not lining up. So so people think they doing people justice, and I mean I don't know Ralphie, but I don't think Ralphie feeling what's going on the internet.
Ralphie has.
Isn't it crazy how Munchie B and Wack always know what other people are thinking and feeling? Munchie B can tell you what Brick Baby's thinking and feeling. He can tell you what Drakeo the Ruler's family and bodyguards thinking and feeling. The testimony from Drakeo the Ruler's bodyguard can say, I was defending Drakeo as he ran towards a crowd. I wanted him not to run towards a crowd, but subsequently I had to run to it, and he'll just make it into something that is not. Man, don't you just love Munchie B's thoughts and feelings that have put us in a situation to where he's now, I guess, giving us his dissertation of the situation when he's really just continuously making one big mistake after another?
That word. I don't really feel like any of the Stink Team dudes have really said anything like endorsing this investigation or what Flacco's doing or anything like that. I feel like they seem like they're a unified front and like not commenting on it or whatever. But I mean, I've been doing some research, and my personal view is that even if YG was wearing a mask and holding a knife in that situation, even if you grant those two things, I don't think that's enough to put murder charges on him. It's just like,
might be more than enough considering the circumstances.
if you don't have like direct evidence of him swinging a knife or doing something that like is way more direct, then I don't think it's happening. I think that probably what they would need to do is they would need to be able to prove that he was involved in planning the attack. I think that is where they would be able to actually put something together. But all of this, I kind of feel like they're interested in it, but I don't think they got what it takes to actually like put a charge on them.
And the characters, the character of the people saying the things also matters as well. Like, who are these people and what is your history and what kind of person are you?
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, a lot of that will come into it. You know, the character of the people or the persons involved in said testimony definitely come into effect.
Security guard?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I will say that in that regard, his security guard Coop is, I mean, he's been a security guard forever. Comes from a background of dudes do that. I mean, I feel like he's probably considered like a pretty credible witness, but from
he's
my
the security guard that ran with them.
yeah, he was with him during the whole thing, yeah. And he's the one who gave the testimony.
So you're the security guard that ran with the person you're securing to the violence, to the trouble. And you're the one saying that you saw this and this and that, but you didn't do your job as a security guard. And now you're coming up with what you saw and what happened. I think like somebody that is a good lawyer is going to eat these cats up. Like whatever it is, they're going to choose like character witnesses. It matters.
Rios, bro. That's the thing, bro. I'm just going off everything that's going on the internet, compare and contrast, and you sitting at a disposition for Live Nation, and because you know it wasn't secure to people liking. Mm-hmm. It's cool trying to get paid too. You the security, bro. Why you didn't do your job, bro? If somebody ran back to a group to...
That's not actually true either. That's not true either. That's not true. That's not... Security's job is not to stop Drakeo the Ruler and tackle him and all that kind of stuff as he would subsequently be attacked with or without being charged back into the crowd. that doesn't make sense. When you're in a situation where it's over 100 versus 10, that's the only thing that Coop did wrong, in my opinion, is when a security guard initiated the original conversation of "What's up, blood?" That's when he should have left. That's when the executive decision of security should have been made, and then that would have been the end of it. But all the other stuff, that's not the situation at all. Oh, that's not security's job you wasn't doing your job and blah blah. No, that's Munchie B's lack of accountability that we know that he doesn't have, and that just spills into his ignorance and again, a situation that he's being questioned about by the police. He's still again talking about on no jumper. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So I guess at this point, I'm convinced that Munchie B wants his statement to be used in this investigation, because I don't understand why he won't stop talking about it.
There's something behind it.
CHP pulled up to no jumper to ask you about an active unalivement. And here you are talking about, oh, well, this don't make sense because of this, or this don't make sense because of that, or it gotta be because of this, or it gotta be because of that. What doesn't make sense is, why are you still talking? Why are you still communicating about this?
Shane, you already didn't, bro. You supposed to secure him and make sure he's straight. I just heard Trey D said when Death Row interrupted that
Source
award show when Dre and Snoop was up there trying to accept their award, the security got them out the back door. And then, the East Siders, they had a standoff with you know what I'm saying, the gang. And bro,
that's true.
Secure the artists, bro.
That's true. But the thing is, like, when you're talking about a live event, right?
You got homie security. I just get all-duty security. I mean, all-duty police officer. You feel me? Like Death Row back in the days, bro. At least I'm gonna be safe.
But, okay, in that moment, like, as if Drakeo is concerned about his boy having somebody try to take his chain, which is what I guess happened with Chief and Heavily, it's like Drakeo don't have a full security detail, like a wall of security.
He has a security guard, and if he takes off and his security guard is not fast enough to catch him, or can't anticipate a random moment of his client just taking off running, what do you expect?
That's guiding him around. He got one dude who's by his side, and realistically, like, your job is not to, like, demand that the artist or your client moves to the next location that you're supposed to go to. It's really just like, stay on top of this dude. If he's going to go this way, you follow him, you stay as close to him as you can. And in that situation, I don't think that there was any way that he was going to be able to, like, really control what somebody like Drakeo was doing and where he was going. So, I mean, that being said, he's just got his own, like, idea of what he wants to do. I see it all the time where, like, the security basically has to, like, run after the artist to, like, stay with them, because the artist is, like, damn near trying to ditch the security.
Right, because
or when it comes to artist security, private personal security, I want to know what is the guidelines of their job description.
There's no general protocol. Golly, Munchie, but you've never done anything or been anywhere where you actually had to have private security. Get some money, bro. Golly. The amount of... Never mind. But you talk about all this high-power stuff that you've done. You don't know the basics of having a personal security guard? That is incredible. The opportunities that these guys just don't have in life.
Because a security guard at the store, it's the observe and report. You're not even supposed to stop them if they're walking out. It's observe and report. But when it comes to private security and you're securing an artist, what is, like, your job description? Because I thought you're supposed to secure him at all costs.
100%.
Not try to aid him in a rumble.
No, that is. But the thing is this.
Now Munchie B's you're making the situation worse, bro. Because now you're victim blaming. At no point in any of this did anybody say that he's aiding him in a rumble. You're just changing a narrative that's not going to actually hold up in court. And it makes you look like more of a POS person when you're now trying to make a victim out of the guy who watched his friend get unalived in front of him. So, yeah, you should probably just like I said, just stop talking.
When you're booking security, I'm not even speaking on him as an individual. I'm just saying, like, in general, when you're booking security for an event of this nature, you're doing so with the expectation of what's reasonable in the scale of what the event is. Like, so, hence, if there's an event where there's going to be 15,000 people there and it's a specific type of demographic of crowd and this and that, like, you should be allotted X amount of security guards. Hence, with this festival, they told Drakeo and his team, you're allowed to bring this amount of people. He was allotted a spot for and one entourage member.
Well, if it's security breach, then some of the homies got to kick back and you bring more security, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So they told him he wasn't allowed to do that, and they had strict stipulations on the type of.
See how uninformed Munchie B is about a situation where he's speaking so factually about. Well, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know this. And you have Lush actually filling him in and giving him new information because Munchie B is ill-informed. Probably shouldn't be talking so much about an open case that you are being questioned about if you're not even informed about the topic.
What they were allowed to have on them and things of that nature. Now, I do agree with your previous point, Munchie. It is wise to hire off-duty cops and things like that in events such as this because anyone that has a CDC and a guard car where they're able to actually be whammed up and things like that, and it supersedes jurisdiction.
CCW, nigga. CDC, California Department of Corrections. You talking about a CCW concealed carry. This guy's crazy.
Like the people that can fly with a strap, like when I had Cassidy do rap battles and he would come and his security.
My thing is, if you allow this amount of people in, well, leave some bros at home and bring an extra security.
I would have had all security. None of my friends would have went.
Right? Because
it is, that's
even
Bro, that girl right here, she's the one who allegedly helped Krishan Rock set up old boy, so we don't want to hear much from her.
Police, when they react to certain crime scenes, they ain't even about to approach the crowd until they get back up. The ratio got to add up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you have a stipulation put on you, or like the max amount of people you could have with you is this, it's a fair assumption that you wouldn't even need to have. You wouldn't even need that. Like
necessity of being looking cool with the homies it ain't supposed to take priority. Safety, right?
For sure, safety is priority.
So that's what I'm saying. You keep like skipping over that.
No, safety should be priority one. I'm just saying, like, what I'm really speaking of is
because I'm a realist, bro.
But really, what the conversation to me is the negligence of this venue and the negligence of the people that are organizing and running this festival, and the potential beyond legal ramifications, the civil lawsuits that are ensuing. I don't know if the security people are involved in that in any capacity or they have a fish to fry in that regard, but it would make sense.
You're not wrong. Munchie's not wrong, but we got to take accountability for our mindset and our actions. J Hood was on this podcast on one of the Tuesdays and said,
why would somebody going to work? Well, he should have this security, he should have this, he should have that, and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's dumb. And again, victim blaming somebody in this situation is even dumber.
Isn't it snitching, or isn't it wrong for you to have a police officer if you're a street, you know what I mean?
That's another conversation too.
That's another. So we just had somebody here that said that they didn't feel comfortable having a police officer as that, and that mentality is not really beneficial to building moving forward.
Well, then they got reputed blood member, respected joint Munchie B saying he should have had police with it.
Well, you're this big artist and you're going to a festival where you know your ops is going to be there. Draco knew the lineup. Yeah. You would think.
Hey, look,
when you become such a celebrity, once you reach a certain celebrity, a certain fame, you gotta leave
you gotta move and live like you are that certain celebrity that's reached that fame. That is for sure true. Once you reach a certain level of celebrity as being, on top and having yourself together, you got to be on top and keep yourself together.
Street mentality of I can't do this because I'm street.
It was the venue basically like forcing him to roll with like a small group of people.
That's my whole point.
So what you said, Jay, or how you feel about shit, that's him. Mm-hmm. I do what the fuck I want to do.
Right.
So like, if I, you know what I'm saying, at an off-duty, what's the difference between the off-duty security police officer and a Navy SEAL niggas? They the same.
One is literally, oh my God, what's the difference between an off-duty cop and a Navy SEAL officer? It's literally in the name. Who our school system?
Shit to me.
Well, yeah, but they're not because Navy SEALs aren't doing criminal investigations. They don't work with criminal investigation organizations in any capacity, gang.
They're both police.
Yeah.
Lush, thank you for that definitely quick educational conversation. Oh, they both police. Okay, you ask what's the difference, and he give you the difference, and then he goes, "Oh, they're both police." This guy right here, man.
But Navy SEALs know.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's really hard to listen to this level of unintelligence and ignorance, my dude. It's really hard, and we're trying to make logical sense of a situation that's actually pretty serious. We're trying to take the situation serious as far as the Drakeo the ruler and have an understanding of who did or didn't do what, and you just have this guy just having constant diarrhea of the mouth all over the situation.
they not though? They work with the military.
Yeah, but in that capacity, what they're doing, they're not being a Navy SEAL.
Okay, yeah, and that, but they're quote unquote protecting. Yeah, and they're
doing police work.
They're mercenaries essentially. They're private mercenaries.
Hey, but see, my mindset go to that because being in the county jail, a lot of them dudes when they not doing their thing with the army and shit, when they come out, they be working in the county jail. They be sheriffs and shit. Like they the same type of people. Like so, I mean, I don't know. I made that J Hood probably feel that way, but nigga, I'm just not about to be trying to buy no drugs in front of the police officer or some shit.
But I feel like that's part of the deal. You like pay the police officer to not say shit when you buying drugs, or if you gonna buy drugs, you like tell him to take a step outside. Like,
you
hey,
gotta protect the bag.
I'm paying him to have his gun, so I don't have to have Pookie and Ray Ray with theirs.
But the last thing on the cop's mind should be like him buying lean. Like,
yeah,
I'm paying you to shut the fuck up about me buying some lean right now.
Well, yeah, that shouldn't even be a question. That should just should be in a standardized palabra NDA. I shouldn't even need to tell you that.
That's like arresting people for having drugs is poor people shit. Like I'm Mr. Big Money Bags hiring security guard. You leave me alone.
Hey man, look, I don't know. I'm comfortable with myself.
There ain't nothing wrong with having security, bro.
All right, well, I want to hire.
I think that's the right mentality. Like, if it's a bag, you protecting the bag. The person that's generating the income, that is the economy for this group of people. You should protect it at all costs, no matter what. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what it is. That you need to hire police officers to protect it, and there's people putting threats out on your life and this and that. You need to do the utmost and exhaust all resources to protect that person.
But okay, and let's be real. What we're talking about is, regardless of the fact that they should be entrusted in that instance, the clear negligence is on behalf of the security and the organizers and the motherfucking police. Why the fuck? Why the police need a poetic Flacco video to even make arrests in this shit? And why is that moving the needle all of a sudden?
Now we're arguing over absolutely nothing and stupidity. So I'll let you guys catch the rest of this on our No Jumper podcast. We about to the next one, right down to the left. You know the rest. We go.